He's back. So let's look at other things that Arteta was asked about. How it feels to be on top going into the new year. His response was like very good, but my feelings about tomorrow, playing well and performing at the level that we are going to need to win the games against a very good side. Like I said, Brighton are a very good side. We cannot afford to start sloppy. We cannot afford to give away slip penalties. We cannot afford to not concentrate. They're a very good side. They've beaten, I think, Chelsea. They actually give Chelsea a thumping this season. I think it was 5-2. So we cannot afford to go there to be sloppy. And Arteta is making sure he's keeping the boys on their toes regarding that. That's the let me continue. That's the focus. We are really happy with where we are. But as I've always said, there are a lot of things we can do better and improve. And we have to show that in the coming games. Exactly. We just have to make sure we do not rest on our laurels. We don't get overly confident and go there and do the job and pick up. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new and you like my content, do me a favor, stick a like on the video. If you're not yet subscribed, do me another favor, subscribe to the channel. Very, very important. And do not forget to make sure your notification bells are turned on. You know, YouTube will be tripping sometimes to make sure your notification bells are turned on. So I'll be doing running some commentaries on the pre-match press conference that Arteta had earlier in the day regarding Brighton against Arsenal, the Amex tomorrow. So without wasting so much time, let's dive in real quick. I'll be just giving you some of the excerpts of the press conference. I won't be running through the whole thing. So if you want the whole thing, go to the Arsenal website and read up the whole thing for yourself. I'll be taking some of the excerpts, the key things we need to know, and we'll keep it moving. So let's start from the fact it was asked on the team news ahead of Brighton. According to Arteta, everything is good so far. Apart from the players we already had out, everyone has been training. That looks good. He was asked on if Tomiyasu is closer to returning. He said, yeah, he's getting closer and closer. He has been training with us, so he's available. So we know Tomiyasu will be available for selection for tomorrow's match against Brighton. That's a good one. Remember the last time the bench was looking a bit scanty. Now we're having a few players returning back to the team. And was asked on what lesson he learned from the League Cup defeat against Brighton. So this is Arteta's response regarding that question. They're a really good team. They are playing at a really high level, which is fair. They are a team that dominates almost every phase of play that is relevant to dominate a football match. They have a lot of confidence and play with their own personality. I know the coach very well. He's someone I have followed for a period and is doing well. Let's not forget, like I said, I mentioned rather in my preview, you can check it a video before this, watch my preview and make sure you stick a like to it. I said it, Brighton are a good team and actually beat us this season at the Emirates in the Carabao Cup. Now, I'm not too flustered or I'm not too nervous about the match tomorrow. Like I said in my preview, the team that played against Brighton Carabao is more or less the French teams, the French players, not the first 11. So this is a different game. Aside from Jesus, I think we have a stronger team that's going to play against Brighton tomorrow. So that has a huge influence, in my opinion, regarding the outcome of tomorrow's match. So like Arteta said, they're a good team. They play with their own personality. So I'm expecting a good match tomorrow. Was asked on how he's pleased to see Nketiah stepping up. And his response was, that's what we need from players. We had a big blow with Gabby. Not having him had a big impact on the team. But we always said Eddie had the quality. He needed the opportunity to show us, and he did that on Boxing Day. Fantastic response by Arteta. Like I said, see, Nketiah will never be Eddie. Sorry, what am I saying? Nketiah will never be Gabriel Jesus. There's only one Gabriel Jesus. And the funny thing is that there is no way you can have two Gabriel Jesus once he's on the bench, one playing. Players these days have opportunities to play for that team. So you can have two similar players or two high-profile players in one position, and there won't be a bit of a fuss. Now, Nketiah is not as terrible as a lot of you are painting him. He scored, thank God, on Boxing Day, and I'm expecting him to score tomorrow. He's a very good player. Does he have the Brazilian flair aesthetics that most of you Arsenal fans want to see? No. Does he have the hold-up play the way Gabriel Jesus does it? No. Does it hold up? Does it come back to actually look for the ball the way Gabriel Jesus does it? No, but for me, Nketiah can do a similar job. He can hold up the play. He can run the channels. He can press aggressively. He might not drop too back the way Gabriel Jesus does it, but these are players with different qualities. Let Nketiah stick to his strength. He doesn't have to necessarily play like a Gabriel Jesus. Just like Gabriel Jesus cannot play the way Nketiah will play. They are different players, but they can do similar things. Give him a fucking chance. Like, Gabriel Jesus is injured, and there's nothing we can do about it than to wait for him to start his rehabilitation and come back to the team. Right now, even the transfer window is not yet open. We have to play this game. Give Nketiah a chance and support him. Like I said in my preview, I believe we'll win this match, and I believe Nketiah will continue to perform well, provided we get off his back. That's what I think about it. I can't change the whole fan base mind, especially guys on Twitter or online or people with agenda. I can't change your mind. I'm not willing to change your mind, especially if you have an agenda, but get off his back. Get off his back. So let's look at other things that Arteta was asked about. How it feels to be on top going into the new year. His response was like, very good, but my feelings about tomorrow, playing well and performing at the level that we are going to need to win the games against a very good side. Like I said, Brighton are a very good side. We cannot afford to start sloppy. We cannot afford to give away slip penalties. We cannot afford to not concentrate. They're a very good side. They've beaten, I think, Chelsea. They actually give Chelsea a thumping this season. I think it was 5-2. So we cannot afford to go there to be sloppy. And Arteta is making sure he's keeping the boys on their toes regarding that. That's the fact. Let me continue. That's the focus. We are really happy with where we are. But as I've always said, there are a lot of things we can do better and improve. And we have to show that in the coming games. Exactly. We just have to make sure we do not rest on our laurels. We don't get overly confident and go there and do the job and pick up the necessary 3 points. Because we know Man City will be on our heels. So we can't afford to be sloppy. We can't afford to be lethargic. And we can't afford to be complacent. It's important we go to Brighton and claim those 3 points. On how challenging is expecting the game to be, it was asked. It's always a really difficult and tricky game. They have a lot of individual quality and a lot of composure on the ball. They are a team that's really aggressive and they ask big questions. We need to be at a really high level to win the game. And I agree totally with him. We need to be on our best game to win the game tomorrow. Brighton, even though they're missing a few players, I think McAllister will not be available. Caicedo is suspended for the match. The Asian guy is a very good player. I've forgotten his name. Plays for Brighton. I think on the left, a very quick, pacey winger. We need to be on our A game tomorrow if we want to claim 3 points. Let's not forget, like I said, they've been some sort of a boogie team to us. Remember, they derailed our Champions League aspirations 2 seasons ago. They did last season too. So this shows that Brighton have a way of actually throwing spanners into our works. So Arsenal cannot afford, we cannot afford, because Arteta's team and the rest of the team cannot afford to be complacent tomorrow. Take them as seriously as you take a Chelsea or a Man City if we want to win the game. We take them as seriously as we take Liverpool and Spurs if we want to win the game. Very, very important. On the Zebe's impact on Brighton, and if Arteta has noticed changes since Potter left. So Arteta responded on that. Every manager has his ideas and it's different. You could see a lot of similarities with what he did at Sassuolo and at Shakhtar as well. He has a way of understanding the game, and it's always the typical type. That was a generic answer. So on Smith Rowe, it was asked how much closer Smith Rowe is close to returning to the squad. Very much. He has made some big steps in the last week, and so he has taken part in a few training. I like that. Smith Rowe is close to returning. A few training sessions lately, and he's looking good. We are looking forward to having him back soon. So Smith Rowe is close to rejoining the team. That's fantastic news for me. Those are the key things that were said. Contract talks, this, all generic answer. So those are the excerpts of some of the important things that Arteta said during the pre-match press conference against Brighton at the Amex tomorrow. Like I said, if you want the full transcript, go to the Arsenal website and read up for yourself and understand them. So, guys, next few hours, Arsenal will play against Brighton at the Amex. Like I said, I think we'll win the match convincingly. I think the boys will be actually ready for the match. They'll be geared up for it, especially the first 11. I have confidence in them. I know Jesus will not be part of the team tomorrow, but regardless, Nketiah can do a very, very good job. I trust him for that. I believe Odegaard will continue his fantastic form he had against West Ham. I believe Saliba should be a bit sharper than he was against West Ham. Gabriel should have a very good game tomorrow. Ben White has been very, very impressive. Zinchenko or Tierney, I don't know who will start, but I'm suspecting Zinchenko will start that match tomorrow. So everything is looking good. Brighton has a few suspensions. They have Caicedo suspended. McAllister, I'm sorry, I don't think is available for the match. So Brighton look a bit weakened. I think Danny Welbeck too is out of the match. So everything is working for us. We just have to go there, give our all. Let's be serious about the match, and I think we will actually get a victory tomorrow. I'm still sticking to my 3-1 prediction I had in my preview. If you have not watched my preview, you can go to the video before this and watch the preview, and make sure you do me a favor by sticking a like on that video. If you have not done that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So if you have done that, and do not forget to make sure you turn on notification bells on. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the review show. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating a victory together. See you guys tomorrow.